This is a campaign for a political party that we put together in the last 48 hours.
What's the big idea? We aim to create a parody of political party, the Trump, basically. Making fun of the extreme left stereotype while also using satire. I don't really know about it, but they teach me a lot. To shed light on how easy it's been for political figures to act in a very unprofessional and unified manner to get transaction. Right? Is it the word? Traction. And this basically is our timeline. So first we did the planning and discuss each role we need to be done. I and Chris, mostly Chris, are also trying to help create a list for the candidate, aka Ms. Marcel. Everyone researches question. Emma give her opinion and Chris put them into words. Emma also came up with a party name and slogan. Our Vice President JC wrote a script of her speech, and Chris took a picture of Emma in front of City Hall, and also Photoshop it.
Right then, and so now we're going to enter sort of character for the campaign. Welcome to the Snowflake Party for 2020. Now we've got a lot of ground to cover before we bring our candidate out here, but I just wanted to touch on some of the moral issues that Ms. Maisel feels very strongly about. First of that being that she is the most progressive candidate on the abortion issue currently in the nominee and in the running. In fact, she's been such a proponent to make it a possibility for mothers in order to get away from these burdens in their lives that we're going to be having abortions available up till 3 years of age. So if that toddler is still pissing you off after you've gone through over 1,000 days with them, that's alright, you can just send them on back. It's not going to be your thing anymore, it's going to be completely free because the government is going to be getting involved on your behalf. Second huge moral issue that Ms. Maisel feels very strongly about is, of course, the benefits of marijuana in the community. That Ms. Maisel is very highly a proponent for the medical use of marijuana, just actually pushed a bill into Congress at the moment, the No Child Left Unstoned, which will be changing our school lunch policy to include one joint for every child currently enrolled in public systems. We're also going to be having some large overture changes to the budget plan, which she will go over in her speech in just 1 minute, but to give you a brief overlook. Of course, we're going to be federalizing the planned abortion, which is basically a thing like Planned Parenthood, but actually getting something done as we need it to, which will be working very closely with our proponent bill for abortions at 3 years of age, and the Department of the LGBTQIA, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, P, Q, R, S, D, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z, so that every letter and possible orientation is included. We'll be making sure that fair, equal privilege representation for the LGBT, etc. community is provided while forwarding the gay agenda. Let's go ahead and have a look at some of the big money, which is of course behind every campaign. We've got 3 primary sponsors here. We're looking at the gay agenda dedicated to ruining our traditional family values, destroying religious institutions, and corrupting our young since 1994. The planned abortion, as we've gone over, aborting all babies everywhere their claws can reach, and the Black Power Multinational United, which is being dedicated to overthrowing our perfect 50s nuclear family since 1966. But with that all said and done, I shouldn't keep you waiting. Without further ado, your presidential nominee for the Snowflake Party 2020, Miss Emma Maisel.
Thank you all for being here today. The Snowflake Party has never had such high hopes for the upcoming year. So now diving right into it, I'd like to talk about gun policy as it is a very difficult and serious topic. However, I have found the perfect solution. No one wants widespread violence and destruction. So I propose that we take measures to promote productive peace. One of these, well, under my administration, we will be taking all guns in the United States and replacing them with seriously fun foam swords. This will instantly make a great country safer and allows every citizen a smarter, more constructive way to dispose of their anger and contention. We can once again return to a time of civilized duels and avoid innocent lives being taken and becoming collateral damage. After every fight, both participants will be given a participation trophy awarded by the state it takes place in. Another topic we've squabbled over for the recent years is that of healthcare. I will be implementing a new and all-exclusive and comprehensive plan. It will be based off the current Medicare program. However, it will be completely free. It is focused on the survival of everyone. If there are lines for visits and waits for medical procedures, women and girls will go first, followed by children, then men of color and other races, and then last but not least, white men. The environment is also something I'm very passionate about. Change is necessary and the time is now. When it comes to the future of energy, well, the future is here. Elect me and gone are the days of the use of coal, fracking, fossil fuels, and other antiquated and contaminating sources of power. Instead, all energy will be made by solar power. How do you ask? All the power and electricity we would need would be provided by a huge, impressive government satellite that will be bouncing sunlight at us at all hours. Combining that with new technology that acts as a rechargeable battery that stores the energy from these solar panels, we will move into a new age. We can and will do this together. This brings us to the Paris Agreement. Will we rejoin it, or will we continue to shun it as our recent administration has? Well, neither. Instead, I will create something completely new and revolutionary. I call it the America Agreement. All countries are going to cut 100%, yes, that's right, 100% of their emissions the first week of my presidency, and follow in our footsteps of wide-scale solar panel installations. Then Americans will gain access to these huge satellites, free of charge, of course, since the United States is such a giving and supportive country. Speaking of giving and supportive, the relations between the U.S. and Mexico are in desperate need of a caring boost. How will we protect our borders? What borders? In this new vision of America, will we have a border wall? In fact, I've decided that we will have no border at all. In this new vision of America, I declare Mexico as a great and respectable 51st state. Welcome to the Union, amigos. That way, everyone can go everywhere, can gain access to programs and facilities that meet their needs, plus we can all go to Cancun, Cabo, Cozumel for a nice weekend getaway with friends and family with much more ease. With all that taken care of, let's move into the topic of budget. First things first, with the budget as large as ours, I think we should make some large cuts, and I know just the place. Our new military objective will be Operation Kill Them with Kindness. We will cut our military funding in half, and this will be so impressive to the great and understanding countries of the world that they will no longer want to fight, but take our peace offers and join us in creating a fantastic new future. Thank you.
Questions for the candidate?
Yeah, where can I register for voting?
We'll get back to you. Any more questions?
Another question?
Yes.
So how did you guys determine, like, how did you find the caricature of the hyper-liberal candidate? What was the process of actually like coming up with how you were going to
So basically, we really wanted to touch base on stereotypes. In every stereotype, there is a tiny hint of truth, and we really wanted to use this character to reinforce maybe what some extreme right-left supporters or believers, you know, think that the left party, the left wing is about. And I just think it's important to kind of, if you vocalize it and you say it out loud, then I think, you know, it really goes to show how ridiculous some of these things actually are. And I think both parties are actually kind of guilty of this by, you know, really believing in these stereotypes, not really looking into it. And I think that was kind of the overall goal. And we wanted to really show when appealing to, you know, the demographic of extremists, you know, that you can really say anything and maybe still find some people to, you know, believe in what you're saying. Gabby?
It's not really a question, but I feel like the right wing gets a lot of fun put to them, and I think it's really cool that you guys decided to like show the opposite side of that.
All right.